Hey everyone! So today we're going to talk about what should you eat during a day of intermittent fasting, and which is pretty much every day for me. It might not be every day for you, but either way, I'm going to talk through some of what I eat, as well as just some thoughts regarding what type of macronutrients you want to have throughout the day. And again, this could be adjusted depending on the individual and what your goals are as well. So first thing I'll start with is you really want to sort of get your best bang for your buck when it comes to eating your meals. I think one thing is if you start to fast, you'll realize, I think you just appreciate your meals more. And you realize that you want to really get things that are nutrient dense in those meals as opposed to just eating like junk. If you're eating all day from start to finish, I feel like it sort of minimizes how important those meals are. Where if you only have one or two meals a day, you realize that you really want to pack those meals in with a lot of nutrients. So one of the things that I've started doing is organ meats. I found a few companies that I order some nose to tail, grass-fed, grass-finished meats. And before I wasn't actually much of a meat eater, but I found that I was lacking in protein. And I'm pretty active, and I definitely sort of found a big, I would say, a big push with my workouts and the way my body looked once I started implementing more protein. I would say I probably have 0.7 to 1 gram of how much I weigh, and I weigh around 165, 170. So that's a lot of protein. I maybe not get that every day, but on my days on my workouts, I definitely try to up the protein. So that's something you might want to keep in mind, especially if you're pretty active. And there's some great companies out there. I'm just trying to think of a few. I can maybe put them in the link of some companies. One of them is called Force of Nature. There's another one called Nose to Tail, and there's some great organ meats that are blended in. You wouldn't even know that there's liver, heart, kidneys, and things like that in your meat. So anyways, that's been a big bonus for my nutrition. So eat plenty of protein, nutrient-dense foods, some other foods like whole eggs, okay? Don't just eat the egg whites. You want the yolk, right? The good fats are in there, and a lot of the nutrients are in the yolk. So make sure you have the whole egg, along with like wild fish is a big one I like as well. So actually get some wild fish locally. I don't order that online. I just order my meats online. Even Sunset Foods has a lot of good whole, fresh, wild salmon and halibut and things like that. So a lot of times I have that. I've been having that for dinner, and I'll have occasional vegetables. I've actually backed off of vegetables a lot the more I learn about them. But some people can tolerate vegetables more than others. I typically might have mushrooms and onions with my meal, maybe an occasional salad here and there. But I used to eat salads a lot, and I don't know, I just found that this was, I'm not like a full carnivore, as they say, but I have occasional vegetables. Also, fruits, every once in a while, I'll add them in. I don't find a ton of value with fruits. I mean, obviously there's antioxidants, phytonutrients, and there's some fiber in fruits, which is great. So occasionally, I would say if you're gonna have fruits, you want ones that don't raise your blood sugar as much, maybe some berries from time to time. Occasionally I'll just have like an apple here and there, but I don't have a ton of fruit. And then healthy fats. So I would say my macronutrients are pretty much high protein, moderate fats, and lower carbs. I really don't have a lot of carbs during the day. I just found that it just sort of weighed me down a lot. So if I do have a meal in the middle of the day, I'll try to have very low carb. And then if I'm gonna have carbs, I tend to do them after my workouts. So I'll have them a lot of times. I'll work out later in the day, and I'm about to do a workout now. After that, maybe I can have some protein and carbs as well. Sorry, my dog's making noises. So I don't have a lot of carbs. I don't eat bread, pasta, cereals. I'm all done with that. So no grains, occasional dairy from time to time, but try to find good quality dairy. So that's the makeup of a lot of the things that I eat. I try to eliminate anything that's processed, so just whole foods. You want to obviously not add vegetable oils, which is in a lot of processed foods, and anything like added sugars or things like that. So that's pretty much the makeup of what I eat and what a lot of my clients eat. But again, everyone's a little bit different. Some people can tolerate more carbs than others. Some people want to get their protein sources differently. Maybe they don't eat meat, and there definitely are vegetarian, there's like pea protein and things like that. But I will say a lot of them don't have a full amino acid profile that a grass-fed, grass-finished meat would have. But again, for a while I never used to have meat either. I used to just have fish from time to time. So I try to mix it up between some fish and some meat during the week, and just go very low carb. But occasionally I'll add in, I like avocados. Occasionally I'll have wild salmon or even some lox from time to time with avocado, and maybe some dairy on occasion, but not a lot. So anyways, that's what it pretty much makes up during a day of fasting. But I will say, once you start doing fasting, you do appreciate your meals more. And I really do think it's a great way to start out. Instead of having a bunch of meals during the day, just have, at the most, let's say a couple meals. So give that a go. Let me know if you have any questions, comments in below. And feel free to share this video with anyone you think could be helpful for. And Louie's right next to me, so I figured, why not? I haven't put him in a video in a long time. Lucy, say hi to everyone. Lucy also fasts as well, right, Lou? So enjoy the day.